The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's Lance to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd down, Elliott trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Hunt. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. At their own 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, kill. We're going to 53. There you go.
Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, CeeDee, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this league could become.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. At their own 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And cycle.
Now Lance. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Lance throwing out wide for Samuel. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Green jack. Field flat. Blue striker.
Again, it's Lance. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is down to 28-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cowboys make over 1st and 10 at their own 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal... Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
49ers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Hunt. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. is Kittle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On the ready. Ready.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go.
Here's Lance. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
Red cycle.
The Lance going to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Niners get a bit closer. Lambeau on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18.
Next to score, Cowboys 35, 49ers 17.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
49ers 17.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And some room to maneuver. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control.
49ers 17.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Lance looking to throw it. Swings this out for Hunt.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers pulled off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play, that's going to hurt.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Lance looks to throw again. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The kick is good.
And that will cut this lead down to 25.
49ers 24.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's got room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 78 yards on the ground. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Blankenship out for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now it's the backup Rudolph. He'll find his man, Simi Fehoko. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Westbrook, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Rudolph on 3rd down.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Jet sweep. Here's Tolbert. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Slot man moves right. On 1st down, Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Lance now on 1st down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Cowboys have recovered. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a handoff up the middle. Westbrook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Westbrook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On second down, Westbrook. And he gets it down to the 32. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Gonna run again here with Pollard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
On second down now, Westbrook. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Cowboys 70, 49ers 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first. Intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Let's go now.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Lance now to throw.
They'll go screen here to Hunt.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Lance.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Cowboys, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles.